Welcome to another episode of Mine and Y'all's Business. It is another episode with your boy Nikolai G, and I am so happy to be here. In fact, this is one time where I got my homegirl Nelly. I can actually do this. Pound it. There we go. All right.
Hi, guys.
So we have another episode today. As you guys know, this is the podcast where we like to talk to individuals that's out here riding around and getting it on their own. That said, you know what, pick themselves up from their bootstraps and making it going. Wherever they at, from step 1 to step 1,000. We want to be able to provide you with the next information in case you're interested. Stop laughing at me. I'm trying to give background.
And
trying to get interested in following these same footsteps. So anyway, let me introduce you to the multifaceted, the multi-talented, and amazing, beautiful. What's up, girl? How you doing? Talia Janette. How you doing?
Ooh, you poured it on there. You poured it on there, sir.
Hey, yo, you used to be a wrestler. I'm trying to give you that intro. You know, I like the announcers. I'm with you.
I
like that.
Now
I like
like
that.
the background music and the poosh.
Words. See, you know, like, I try to give compliments. This is why chivalry is. All right.
You know, you wasn't this nice in Denver, but I digress.
Oh, Lord. So,
Yes, we're going to get into that, though. I'm going to get you for that. But, all right, you guys already know. What do you do?
yes. So, just a little context. Talia Janette does a lifestyle in my pretty much my whole feels vlog on YouTube. And YouTube is literally at this point because, look, YouTube has become TV for me. And I know too many people that literally, they don't watch TV anymore. They watch YouTube for everything.
Heavy.
So let's just start with the basics. Hi, Talia. How are you?
I'm good, my love. How are you? Long time no see.
Long time no see, girl. Like, a homegirl was stuck, but she free now. So tell me, how did you start vlogging? Like, what made you want to jump into YouTube?
You know what? I always had the channel, like, well, not this particular channel, but I had another account that I was using while I was working at Museum of Natural History. So I had like stuff on there, and then I had like a lot of Greek life stuff, like when we would go to seminars and workshops, and I would just post it for the sake of more so keeping the memories versus actual vlogging. I'm like, at that time, I'm like, I didn't know what vlogging was. I was just keeping the memories at this point. And I watched like a lot of influencers on YouTube at this point, and like you said, like you can find literally everything on YouTube. And I found out that talking to my camera is very good therapy. Like, I'm not too big on talking on the phone, but I can sit and talk to my camera for hours. Like, I can do my makeup, I can talk to my camera, and my camera won't talk back and judge me, which is a win-win, I think, for everybody at this point. So, and I heard that YouTube can also be at some point very good side income. So, you know, there's always money to be made. I try to tell people this all the time. There's always bread to be made at this point. So why not?
Okay. So with everything that you can do on YouTube, you know, there's people that do gaming, there's people that do comedy, there's people that do, you know, cars. What made you choose vlogging? What made you choose to do a lifestyle vlog as opposed to other things?
Well, one, I think we need to normalize girls wearing basic makeup. Like, I feel everybody who does makeup on YouTube, like, they do this ridiculous amount of makeup. Like, I don't think 95% of us are walking out the house every day with a cut crease. Like, I think we just need to normalize just, you know, a couple of colors here, blend them out, and vaya con Dios. That's just me. And then, like, I realized people also, like, they're into stuff that other people are doing. Like, people here I wrestle, and they always want to see my matches. So I was like, okay, well, let's just put the matches up. Like, I might as well put it on my channel versus having someone else make money off of my free matches. So why not put it on my channel as well?
Very true.
Yeah.
And then,
I actually went to a couple of those matches. You played no games, all right? So I ain't getting in the ring, but y'all want no problems. Like,
I mean, yeah, well, yeah, it was just a matter of just like, I might as well use my own content if that's the case. And then just like the whole again, keeping the memories, like when I went to Vegas for my birthday, for my line sister's birthday, for Kia's birthday, for Ashley's birthday, like it was just a matter of one, keeping the memories, and then people wanted to know, like, what the hell did we do in Denver? I mean, I didn't put everything up that we did in Denver, but we had a kick-ass time in Denver, minus, the minor responsibilities a certain someone had, but I digress.
All right, so some backstory, guys. Me and Talia go way, way back, and we decided, hey, yo, let's go to Denver because there's nothing
I voted
else.
Hawaii. I don't know who voted on Denver, but I had voted on going to
I
Hawaii.
didn't even hear Hawaii. Damn, friends, they ain't loyal. Anyway, so we ended up in Denver, and, as a group, we were all responsible for certain things, and apparently, I didn't move fast enough for some people, and that's what you're hearing right now, even though there was a line everywhere.
I was not at this trip, so
she wasn't there.
This has nothing to do with me.
So, but if you do want to catch Nikolai G's trip on hanging out with Talia, obviously you can go to her YouTube page. Quick plug.
Wait a second, she'll plug later.
Hey. But no, but from that, I do have a question. Like you were just saying, all the content that you do. Like, what's your favorite stuff to actually like record and be part of your blog? What's your favorite content?
It's a toss-up between my Diary of a Mad Preschool Teacher segment and my Talia Talk segment, because I feel like just the previous two Talia Talks that I did had very useful information. Like one was about health and lifestyle, and another one was about dealing with kids who have learning disabilities in the midst of remote learning. So I think those two are toss-ups. Like my makeup, again, is just, if I happen to record myself doing my makeup, like if it's not an actual review, I don't really record myself doing my makeup. And usually if I do, it's on Instagram when I do it. But usually, like anytime I do makeup on my YouTube, it's a product review or just somebody requested me to do my makeup. But other than that, it's really not. It's a toss-up between like the teaching and the talking to others about stuff going on in the world.
And I want to say, just because I literally learned how to do my makeup on YouTube, literally, I didn't know how to do it before then. I literally appreciate women like you, because most of the time you'll get products, and now with Fenty blowing up, everyone's kind of more catering toward chocolate and darker skinned women. But just you'll see a product and you have no idea how it'll look on you, because no one ever tested on a woman that looks like you. So a palette could look great. An eyeshadow palette could look great on someone, not having no pigment, and look dry on you.
Well, that's also a matter of knowing what to put under your eyeshadow. As far as foundation goes, like I had to play Russian roulette one day. Like this was before they started opening the stores back up. I had to like just literally try to find the closest thing to what I had at home, and then I just had to take a wild chance and order stuff online. And I think 3 out of the 4 foundations I ordered worked, and then I just got another order today. Neither one of these are my color. How lovely!
Oh, what brand is that?
This is Yuma. This is a Black-owned brand.
I heard of them from another that I won't plug here, but she has enough funny.
And I only brought them because Ulta was doing a sale, but neither one of them. I'm gonna have to finesse it. But
I saw somebody, yeah,
like I just like reviewing stuff as well, because like you see everybody else is reviewing something, and you're like, well, maybe I should review it and see how it works for me. And I know my friends will trust my opinion a little bit more than they'll trust some random influencer that they don't know. And then like like my wrestling content too, like I think everybody's going to say I have a slight bias with the few matches I'm going to put up, because it's mostly the guys that I manage, but the guys that I manage are dope. Like if they were trash in the ring, I would tell them, like, no, bro, that match sucked, bro. But
you're like, trust me, I know what I'm doing.
Like the match was like, and there's been times like that we've been at shows, and I'm like, bro, that match. If I can't be honest with you, who can? But bro, that
wasn't it.
Okay. So I think that's awesome. So not only do you use this remote, the products that you think that people like you would also enjoy, but you're also using it to promote like that league and the people that you manage. So I mean, just multifaceted platform. That's awesome.
I mean, yeah, you have to, because even though I know the E is trying it right now, and I just feel they're doing it with the climate that we're in right now, with just like the whole Black Lives Matter thing. That's why I feel all the colored people in the E are getting a push, but it's not a genuine
push.
Minus Sasha Banks, minus maybe Biggie. Everybody else that is of color getting a push right now, I really feel it's because of the state of the world that we're in right now. And not to mention, they don't have any crowds. Like, so it's, hey, I can push you now, but when we have the people, you know, you're back in catering. So I think the last match I put up was one of the guys I managed. It was Dan, Bobby, and Steve, and again, all great workers. Like, Steve has had WWE tryouts. He's worked for Evolve. Bobby's a trainer, Connecticut, at Test the Shrimp. So it's just like, we gotta always put the brothers and sisters over. That's like a big thing. Like, Dan always tells me, we gotta put the brothers and sisters over. So that's what I said. Not to say there aren't any dope white wrestlers, because there are plenty of them. But you know, I gotta promote the people that are in my circle.
The promotion. Okay.
Now,
so, I mean, all right. So, again, just with everything you've been doing, if somebody was looking to start their own, like, what did you invest as far as equipment was concerned? Like, when you wanted to get started, was it expensive? Was it inexpensive? Did you find ways around?
Listen, I record all my videos from my phone. I did buy a ring light, and I think it's like a little tripod ring light, so it's not the massive one like they use for photo shoots. That was, I think, like maybe $20 on Amazon. I might have caught that on sale, actually. And I have lights around my my mirrors on my wall, so I'm literally in my room. I do have a backdrop setup that was again on sale, because backdrops are usually pricey, and all I do is literally, I have fabric. This is fabric from the fabric store. Like, you know, you pay like $3 for a couple of yards, or per yard, I should say. So that's how I'm able to like have different color backgrounds every time I put a video up. Some people have like the big bulky paper, and that adds up. Right now, like, I still live at home, so I have to work with the space that I have. So right now, this backdrop is actually hanging from my ceiling, because I just didn't want to put the backdrop and everything up. So this is hanging from my ceiling. I did go price cameras recently, and the only thing, cameras are so expensive.
So expensive. I actually just got one as a gift, the G7X Mark III, and that was a gift. And my aunt bought it for me. And
I'm about to say, somebody really loves you.
My aunt, it was like one of my graduation gifts, and it's a great camera. Like, thank God, Nikolai G and I are going to be using it for the podcast. But if it was up to me, I would have never paid for that. It was a nice gift. So I was like, that was on, even when I looked, still on like mid-range. I've seen cameras go for like $3,000, $4,000, and then when you want the lens, that's an extra $1,000. That's why a lot of people say that they want to vlog, but to get like to the high-end stuff, it is so much money that they're priced out of the market.
And I mean, it's an investment. Like, if your channel happens to blow up, it'll pay itself back. But it was just like, I went to price cameras the other day, and I think the cheapest camera the guy showed me was about $8 something. And from how he explained it to me, pretty much that's like the sell price right there, because it's usually more. And then like once you start adding, like you said, the lenses and all this extraness, it adds up to what you probably pay in rent. And I'm like, that's right now to only have 180 followers. I'm like, my phone, like, even somebody on in a Facebook group said, she was like, I don't know if it's the filter you're using or it's just the camera itself on your phone, but you're going to have to get a better phone or a better camera. And I'm like, my phone is working just fine. Like,
yeah, no, I totally get that. I mean, for now, that's something that you can use, because obviously if it's something that's new, it's going to be a build up for anything. Like, as you get bigger into what you're doing, it's more of an investment. So, I mean,
and then not to mention just being out of work too. It's like, for $1,000, I can go take a nice trip for $1,000 and vlog on my phone if that's the case. So it's just like,
Yeah.
it's kind of like where the priorities are and where they're going to be at the moment. Now, who's to say if I get a job in the next month or so, I can probably invest in a better camera, which is the initial hope, like at some point to get a better camera. But it's just like right now for such a small channel, like I said, it's only at 100. It might have gone up in the last few hours. I might be at 183 now. I don't know yet.
But I mean, even where you're at, how did you actually get those viewers? Like, how did you market yourself to even grow that following?
Social media.
Okay. So mostly like Instagram, Twitters. Like, did you just reach out to people?
Yeah. So I would just like every time I put a video up, I would just put it on my Facebook. In the groups that I'm in. Granted, and it's funny because I filmed a video last night about support within your inner circle, and I know it's going to trigger a lot of nerves when I post it, but it's just putting it out there. Like, it's very discouraging at some points where you see like there are people who are legit playing video games all day, and they have thousands of YouTube subscribers, and then when you're doing something legit, there's a raised hand.
I watch gameplay all the time.
And you know, if that's your avenue, if that's what you like I have a friend, he's a YouTuber, and that's what he plays 2K, and he has thousands of followers. I'm like, my thing is, I'm not a gamer girl. Like, the one game console that I own is the Game Boy Color.
Okay. I love watching gameplay.
Yeah, but I think it really just comes back to the fact, I mean, you really just want to get somebody that's going to be focused on what you're doing. And so was it the plan really of you being able to like have so many avenues from your channel, or was it like it started with makeup and let me throw on my wrestling thing, and then also is there plans in the future to add to it?
It initially started off as just, like I said, saving the memories. Like, I had matches from training or like when I was wrestling in Staten Island, like a lot of those matches, like the trainer never put publicly online, but like he would put it on his YouTube, like so I could watch it back to tape study. So I was like, okay, you know what? I can take this match, like there's so many apps. I can download this match and I can put it on my YouTube and the world can still see it. So once I did that, I was like, okay, well, you know what? I can sit and do my makeup because you see where views are coming in at from other people. So it's like, well, if they can get views, why can't I? It's just a matter of I have to get the following. So
how do you make sure your content stays authentic? Because one thing from the people I watch for like Get Ready's with Me and clothing hauls and even some lifestyle blogs that I do watch, one thing that they're very adamant on is staying authentic. So how do you keep your brand and your content authentic to Talia?
I don't sugarcoat anything because one, I'm not being paid to sugarcoat anything, and I'm one of those people that when I watch a review on something, I don't care what it is, if it's makeup, clothes, food, whatever, I want your honest opinion on it. Because if I mess around and I go buy something and it's completely trash, do you know how upset?
Yep.
I'm trying to think, like I'm looking on my dresser to see what do I have that. Oh, I know. Had a Maybelline Foundation.
Okay.
And I don't remember who it was that was on Twitter going in, like they love this foundation. I'm like, well, you know, I like Maybelline. That was my first like big makeup brand that I ever used when I started getting into makeup. Yo, let me tell you how I brought this foundation. It was ass, bro.
No, it's so true.
Like I put it on and I was just like,
how was foundation ass? Just out of curiosity.
Streaky, it's powdery.
Well, this particular one, it was just like the consistency of it, how it went on, and just how it survived once I went outside. Like it was just it was just a bad product altogether.
Okay.
Or even like when somebody tells me, "Oh, this Roman Reigns match was great." Now again, everybody when it comes to wrestling has their different. What a former trainer of mine used to say, they have different flavors of ice cream. Me, I am not into indie-rific matches. I am not into the flippiness. That's not my thing. And I trained under Amazing Red, and that's one of his things. He is a flippy guy, and most of the guys I trained with were flippy guys. I don't like that style of wrestling. What is all that flashiness if I can really beat your ass at the end of the day? So it's like somebody say, "Oh, yo, this match is fire," and then you watch it and you're like, "Yo, this match was ass, bro." Like, no, this was horrible. So I'm just one of those people, I don't really plan my videos out. Like, I know some people, like, I even had a friend, he told me, he was like, write down what you're going to do for your videos. And I like, the mindset of it sounds really good to do, but it's just like, I don't like planning to do videos. Like, it's honestly like, I have to be in the mood to do a video. Like, I really have to be in a mood to get up, put makeup on, put all this up, and do a video. If I'm not in the mood, it ain't going to get done. Or it's like, I might record it and then it'll just be bad. I'm like, I'm not going to post it. So
Yeah.
I don't find any thrill in doing that. And I feel like once you jot that down and then like you plan it out, it becomes so scripted. There's like no real truth behind it. I'm like, that's not my thing. So like, if I'm trying something, like, I think, what review did I do yesterday? I did the Selena Gomez makeup review yesterday. And the only thing I could say about that was planned was that I wore the foundation for like a week and a half before I did the initial review. Because I'm like, I just want to see if this is going to be trash as well. So let me just test it out first too.
You got to wear it around and give it the wear test. So, I mean, hopping off of what you said about Maybelline and everything like that.
It was horrible. Don't buy it. It was horrible.
Oh my God.
That Dream Radiant foundation was horrible. Don't buy it.
Well, second. But
so
yeah.
how do you vet your sponsorships or brands, again, to stay authentic to yourself, to make sure, like, because I know a lot of my makeup, if I were to flip this camera and show people how much I've spent on makeup, it's disgusting, but it's also makeup that I love. So how do you, girl, I don't do this. I'll show you my whole, it's crazy.
Backstory, want to give a congrats to you becoming a brand ambassador. Like, we haven't said that yet. So first off,
yes,
shout out to you.
So how do you vet your sponsorships or brands, just to, again, to make sure you stay authentic, to make sure that you're actually promoting a product that your viewers will actually trust you to give, I guess, reviews for, or trust themselves to buy because you haven't tricked them, I guess.
Well, I know for the most part, like a lot of my coworkers watch my stuff, and a lot of them aren't like heavy into makeup. A lot of them don't watch wrestling. So it's just like, I think with the wrestling, it's the initial, you work with a wrestler, like, oh my God, like that, like I work with somebody that did WWE work, like that type of thing. So I feel like the wrestling, that's what they kind of, were gun-ho for. As far as the makeup, a lot, or you got me looking at, well, what you on my dresser too now, damn.
I told you, if I flip this camera, it would be terrible.
Girl, and I called myself throwing out makeup a few nights ago too. I
do need to do that, like a cleanup.
I want to say,
I did see that video.
Most of my stuff on my dresser, it's mostly like mainstream stuff. Like, I think I have 2 things on here that are indie brands. And one of them came from a coworker who's very like pro-black, everything, black owned everything. Yeah. So she's like, you need to get this foundation, and I got it, and I loved it, actually. Like, Starstruck Cosmetics, like, their foundation is amazing. So I think it's just like, some people aren't willing to pay the price. Like, I'm trying to see what's God. Okay, it's like my It Cosmetics foundation. I think this foundation was like $40. Most people are not going to want to spend $40 to try a foundation, and then you gotta hope the store's return policy is great, that you can try it and return it. Not every store does that. Not every store is like a Sephora or Ulta where they say you can take it home, try it for 30 days, and then bring it back and get your money back, type of thing. So yeah, so I just know if it's something that's pricey, I don't mind, because I'm a Capricorn, so like my mother hates it. Money is really not a massive thing to me, because I can't spend it when I die. So it's like, my makeup makes me happy. My wrestling makes me happy.
I can
I'm willing to spend $500-$600 to go see a wrestling show at some point. So it's been done. My mother complained about it, but she got all these extra wrestling chairs in the house now, so company don't have to sit on our couch. So it's like, I'm willing to try stuff to like just give an honest thought about it. Like, if I spend $40 on a foundation, I tell you it's whack, like, it's up to you now if you're gonna go buy it and not take my word for it, but for the most part, I feel a lot of people have taken my word on a lot of stuff that I've reviewed. So,
And one thing I've learned watching YouTube is that I find, first of all, especially with beauty and clothing hauls, there are only about 2 or 3 people on YouTube I innately trust. One of them for makeup, like I will spend for a good product. And like right now I'm looking at Fenty, I have NARS, I have Tatcha, I haven't hit Pat McGrath.
Nick's like, I did not sign up for this conversation.
I knew this part was coming, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna let y'all A and B this.
Like, but Pat McGrath, I haven't hit Pat McGrath yet. Like, I can't afford her.
Eyeshadows cool. Like somebody actually gave me one of her eyeshadow palettes. It was all right. I didn't gag over it. I think I actually
rave about her stuff. Like it anyway, but I can't afford it. But one thing I will say is one of the people, and the reason I love your answer is that one of the people I used to watch, I don't watch her anymore for this reason. She advertised hair and she wore it and it looked so pretty. And so I went to buy it to put it in with my wig and the quality was trash. And I just was sitting here like, I don't know if you knew this then I went online and looked it up. And it's like everyone said it, like this hair is trash. Don't believe the influencer. The influencers are paid to tell you that it's good. And they actually give them the good quality hair and then send you trash. And this is why I'm very happy that you said, like, I will walk around because it makes me lose trust in you as a vlogger that you would, for money, like someone paid you to lie to your viewers. Now you had me spend money to buy trash because I trust you. So now the trust is gone. That actually destroys your channel.
And then that has to also be a matter of like how well they're paying you. Like Nick said, I just became a brand ambassador for Hint Lucid. I have not seen a check for them yet. And it's a matter of one, like my code has to be used, my link has to be used. Like it's a whole process of how to get paid from that. But the upside to that is before I even like reached out to them, before we even had a conversation about ambassadorship and all of that, I was using this product already. Like I was using this product for about a year and change because like I said in my video, I was attempting to find an alternative to having to take painkillers every time I turned around. I was trying not to like get put on anything for anxiety, like that type of stuff. So I was using this stuff way before I even thought of any type of joining with them. And then with a lot of these, especially like on Instagram, because I don't know if like people see it because I tend to delete the comments sometimes, but I'll have companies under my photo saying, oh, DM for collab, DM for this, DM for that. And then that's how they get you. They'll sucker you in. And then like, I'll always ask, I'm like, what's the catch with the program?
I
had one company, they blocked me because I was asking questions.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was confused. Listen, I was going to do a whole video on it, but I was like, you know what? Energy out there. So they reached out to me. And the first thing I did when I looked at their page gave me very, what company was it? Very Anastasia Beverly Hills vibes. Like they had a palette that looked exactly, when I tell you like color scheme, packaging, it looked just like Subculture palette. And when I looked, I'm like, wait, I have this palette. Like I tore my makeup apart looking for this one particular palette. And then I'm like, okay, well, can I speak to some of your ambassadors? I need to speak to people who have used your product. Because if they tell me something, I'm not going to jump on board. I contacted, they had, I think, 15 people. I contacted every single ambassador. Now, this company was promoting these people, like the pictures, it was the makeup and everything. Everybody I spoke to said, no, I still haven't gotten my package from them yet.
Oh.
What?
Okay.
What do you mean?
Begin. Okay.
So one guy had told, so like when I asked the company, I'm like, okay, how does this work? They're like, we'll give you whatever the percentage was off of 3 things, and all you have to do is pay the shipping. And I'm like, if I have to pay the shipping, I don't think I need to take part in this. I guess once I put that bug in all the ambassadors' ears about just inquiring about the product, they all went to the company and said, look, we want our money back. Cancel the order. It's been months. Like, it wasn't like this was a week or 2 due to COVID. This was months these people were waiting for this product to be sent to them. And the company was trying to say, oh, because we're in China, wherever it was in Asia, it was because of the virus. I'm like, bro, that's a lie, because I order hair from AliExpress all the time, and my hair be
And
here
sure
for
did
like
get here.
4 days. So something in the milk ain't clean. Somebody over here lying.
Oh
The
my
next
God.
day, this company blocked me after they sent me a message saying, oh, I'm so evil. Why would I tell people ask for their money back? Like, they went off. So that's how I knew something was
Off
wrong.
about them. Yeah.
Mm.
But it's just like, I don't think I should be, one, I shouldn't have to pay you to promote your product. But if it's a good product like Hemp Lucid and I already use it, why wouldn't I buy it to promote it at least? Like, I was promoting it for free. I might as well get a check now to promote it.
True.
But I'm just like, I'm one of those people, like, if I really hate something, I'm sorry, I'm going to tell you I hate it. Like, I don't care how much money it is. If it sucks, it sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need more of that honesty out there, because too many people
Seriously.
are too fast to just take a check and just say, you know what?
And then promote
That is
anything.
good. Yeah. So to keep that integrity within it, I mean, that's what we definitely would expect from a vlogger. So just to know that that's what your fans can expect from your page,
Very happy.
Word.
Because that's something that I take very seriously, which is why I said, like, for all these beauty people, even video games. I know you said you're not much of a gamer, and Nikolaj, you can attest to this more. You have the big name brands that want to stay in, game developers, and they want to stay in the big three's good graces. So they'll give like either video games cost $60 plus DLC. You're looking to sink about $150 per game into a game, and you'll get people that like big gaming industry news things that'll be like, yeah, this game's an 8 out of 10, this game is a 7 out of 10, because nobody wants to give it a score where Nikolai GRI turn around and go, you know what,
This game's horrible, I don't want it.
I don't want it. And now the developer, knowing that you have such a broad reach, they just lost money. So then the next time they put out a game, you won't get access to it. So I literally go out of my way to go for people on YouTube that I hope and know aren't they aren't like making up things or trying to give a better score for games so you can stay in a developer's good graces. Yeah, like, tell me. I'll even wait until after a game comes out, because I know then you probably paid for it, just to get an honest review. It's so important to me because, as you said, people aren't working. Even before the COVID, people's dollars are so precious that I just don't respect anyone that would take money and lie. So I do appreciate that.
And then it's even like, if something works or it's good, it'll speak for itself. Like, I know people, like, especially like in the last 2 months, people have been giving Jeffree Star a lot of help.
Yes.
I know
we're gonna get on that.
I know he's had a very controversial past. I get it.
In the future, but unicorn blood. Unicorn blood.
That's what I have on my lips now.
Well, listen, because unicorn blood is that.
When I tell you, I get it. I get the whole controversy, but his products work. I just had to do now where I've had people, they're like, oh my God, you're like a Jeffree Star fanatic. And I'm like, yes, I probably have about $2-3 grand worth of his stuff.
We'll get to that, girl. I have a whole question about that, but
okay, go ahead.
So, girl, because Nikolai used to hear and be like, Lord. Okay, so do you separate your life from your vlogging life? Like, is there a point where you're like, okay, this is me, no one's going to see this, there's a part of my life that I need to cut because it has to be separate from my vlog? Or has everything kind of just become one?
It's a tricky question, because I feel I was one of those people as a wrestler. I felt I lived my gimmick. A lot of times people who wrestle, they have the character and they have their selves.
Yeah.
I feel I was one and the same. Like, I just feel Talia is me turned up. That's all it really is. The only thing I think I haven't like really put on my channel has been like the kids I take care of. Like, when I was in Connecticut like a few weeks ago, like 4 or 5 weeks ago, and my two Rugrats, who are 11 and 9, going on 18 and 21, they kept bugging me the whole time I'm there. Can we do your makeup? Can we do your makeup? I let them. They didn't do too bad, actually. I was very shocked. It did look like something. If I would have put a filter on it, it would have looked like something. But it was just a matter of like, and then the 11-year-old, she's like, oh my God, put it on YouTube, put it on YouTube. I had to like really think about it. I told her, I was like, I'm not going to put it up right away. Give me some time because I have to really think about whether I want to put this online, because my Instagram, I can kind of filter. My YouTube, I can't filter who watches what.
Yeah.
I can't stop Joe Smo from down the block from watching my video, but I can stop him from getting onto my Instagram.
Right.
And that was just the and like y'all see it on my social media. Like I post my kids. That's why I had to make another Instagram, because I'm like, okay, if I'm gonna do this, that part of my life, granted a lot of the parents follow me, but I'm like, let me just put that separately from the personality.
Yeah.
So
in today's day and age, kids, like
yeah, and I'll go ham for my kids.
And there's some sickos out there, so
I will go ham for my Rugrats. All 80 of them, I'll go ham for. So,
damn.
Yeah, I know it's a lot. So I've raised a lot of kids in the last 10 years, man.
The life of a teacher, man.
I've raised a lot of them. So yeah. Other than that, like, no, I haven't really censored. Other than that, like, that's the only thing that I haven't really included much of. But other than that, like, vacations are up. Parties are like, that's because I'm like, that's me. Like, if you're not seeing me, what's the point of me doing this? Like, and I just hate people who they do that. Like, they like, I mean, like, I get it to a certain extent, because like, I'll use Sasha Banks as an example. Everybody thinks that she's like the person that's the wrestler. Sasha Banks and Mercedes are two different people. Like, those are legit two different people. Bailey and Pamela are two different people. Roman Reigns and Joe are two different people. So like, I get it to an extent, but
is that his real name? Oh,
yes, Joseph. Yes, that is his real name. Who would have thought, right?
I didn't know his real name. I knew Roman Reigns.
Always a shoot on everybody. I'm gonna call him Joseph because that's what his mother named him.
No, again, because for vloggers that I've watched, or sports content and things that I watch, there are some that they put their whole life on there, and there are some people that it's like, if I talk sports, it's just sports. You don't get to know my girlfriend. You don't get to know my dog. You know, and then there's some people that put everything out there. So that's why I wanted to know, like, where did you draw a line? Is it everything? I know some people that's like, if I'm in a relationship, they're not on my blog.
Oh, well, I'm not in a relationship, so.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to unplug my laptop up.
It's fine.
Sorry.
Nick,
okay.
you wanna ask the YouTube business question? I feel like that's more at your speed right there.
Oh, is that what he was waiting for?
No.
I'll wait to air. But anyway, so I mean, obviously you're doing everything here. I mean, everything that you're doing. So I do have a question for you. So with you promoting on YouTube and, you know, being multifaceted, you know, going into brand ambassadoring, you know, even future sponsorships going forward, and really just upping your following, like, is the plan for this to make the channel profitable to the point where that's life, or is it still more of a side hustle that you're still trying to even see your own capabilities? And I think that's what some people always have that struggle with. Like, I'm trying to just jump in rather than like enjoying it and seeing the build for what it is.
I mean, the goal is always to make some money if I can.
Get the bag, like.
Y'all know how I give it up. I'm always down to make some money. But
everybody's trying to make some money, girl.
My thing is, I'm not striving to be a celebrity. Especially just like everybody loves to call me a conspiracy theorist, which I'm not. I'm like a semi-truther. Like I'm elevating to getting to becoming a truther, but I'm like a semi-truther. Like I'm still on the fence with it. Just hearing a lot of like what celebrities go through and what they have to do, not my cup of tea.
Like, I just want to be able to podcast. Yeah, I just want to be able to podcast from my room and chill. Yeah. Like, I'm very simple, man.
Right. Like, I mean, like, if it'll get some residual, like, my thing at the end of the day, I'm still in school. I'm trying to be a director. That's what I want to do. I want to have a few daycares at some point. Hopefully not.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, I don't know about New York City. It's rough out here, but
Rough out on these streets.
if I could have some side residual income, by all means. Am I trying to be a Jeffree Star? Absolutely not. Am I trying to be a Manny MUA? Absolutely not. Am I trying to be Nikita Dragon? Absolutely not. However, I do appreciate seeing like they took a YouTube channel and they marketed it into
And
several
made it into an
avenues.
empire.
If that's the case, that's what I would like to do. If that means it'll help me make some daycares, by all means. That's the whole purpose of the Diary of a Mad Preschool Teacher segment. That's what that particular segment, that is geared towards teachers. Like, I hate seeing YouTubes, and I know some people are saying, oh, you need to find your quote unquote niche in YouTube. My thing is, if I'm awesome in several avenues, why would I limit myself to one thing? If I know I can do makeup, if I know I'm great with kids, if I know I'm great at just talking to people, why would I limit myself to one category if that's the case? So if it's going to help me give back to my community to help make schools or daycares, affordable daycares, because I don't know what they think this affordable daycare nonsense is now, because it's not. I don't know who has just 3 stacks laying around, but that's my ultimate goal at some point. But yeah, I don't strive to be a celebrity like that. Like, that's just like, if I could get like some sponsorships, by all means, I'm here for it. Like, they want to send me stuff to try to review and to give honest reviews and opinions about it. That is what I'm here for. But I'm not going to have you send me something and I'm going to lie and tell you, oh my God, like, this is one of the reasons why I watch Jeffree Star, because he will say it time and time again. If a company sends him something, he's going to tell them straight up whether it's great or not. And I don't care how much makeup you send me. Like, I think that's why he got taken off of Kylie Jenner's PR list, because he said her brushes were trash. And it was
oh gosh, he ripped her.
Bro, that same brush set I can buy on Amazon for $15. Like, she was charging 3 and change for 20 something brushes, and it wasn't even in a box.
And people bought it.
They did.
My influencer will make the right sound.
It's just only because it's just the car. Anyway, okay, who knows? So so I guess because you're on YouTube, there are kind of more general YouTube questions that I feel like would relate to you. So one thing I've been noticing and I've read online is that YouTube is going more corporate as Google tries to cater more toward networks. So now, instead of going on TV, ABC, Fox, CBS, all these big cable networks are pushing their videos onto YouTube, and YouTube is sponsoring them more. Instead of it being sports bloggers, where it'd be people like me and Nikolai G talking about sports, basketball players are starting YouTube channels and podcasts, and rappers are starting. Pretty much, YouTube is getting more corporate, and a big complaint is that the regular people that started YouTube, that got YouTube to where it was, are being given like the shaft to push up these celebrities that already have platforms to get themselves famous in other ways. So how do you feel about that as a content creator?
It definitely messed up the algorithm for sure. Like, it is ridiculous to like just get views, get subscribers. Like, at one point, I believe you didn't need to meet a minimum watch hours. Now that you have to have 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers in order for YouTube to even entertain paying you.
Yeah.
Do you know how hard it is to get 4,000 watch hours? Like, this is the reason why I'm in so many YouTube, Facebook groups, because I'm trying to get my watch hours up and I'm trying to get my subscribers up. But then you have people who, they also mess up the algorithm, and they're doing the whole, I'm a sub to you, and then when you sub back, I'm going to unfollow you. Like, I hate people like that, because one, YouTube marks it as spam, and then it puts a flag on your channel on top of that. So it's just, I just rather genuine subscribers. As far as like celebrities going on YouTube, it definitely upsets me. I know one wrestler, she literally got on YouTube, I want to say like 2-3 weeks ago, and she has 10,000 subscribers already. And it was like,
you come in with the
what more do you need? like you already have the following on Instagram, and I think after you have like 1,000 or it's 5,000 followers on Instagram, you can monetize your Instagram as well. So it's just like, why do you need to be all over that when you're already making probably six figures? Companies are already sending you stuff for free to promote. Like, that's what I think a lot of people don't realize with celebrities. Most of the time they're being sent all this stuff to promote on their channel, and then we end up buying it. So that, like, it's a big hustle. And then I don't know if YouTube takes a percentage of your money when you do make it. I don't think it. I'm not sure it works.
Assume so. Like, I have to assume so because Google's not doing anything for free. Google is not doing anything for free. And the big thing that I remember with content, and Nikolai G, like, you can talk on this too because you watch it. Not all the time. Like, All the Smoke, love that stuff. Love that content. But sometimes these players or these celebrities will come on YouTube and your content isn't even that good. I remember when Kylie joined YouTube and her content was boring. You just got all these views and followers because you're Kylie. Like, it was boring.
Yeah, but see, I realized that with the masses, sometimes it does not matter. Like, popularity will get you pretty much as far as you need to go. I mean, when we got to the point where kids were watching other kids play with toys on
Which
YouTube,
is ridiculous.
It is ridiculous, but we come to the point we literally can put whatever we want there, and if there's enough popularity that we can push towards it, we'll create an audience by itself. So I mean, for content creators, like, so content creators like
watching. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, content creators like us and you, like, you know, we have to push that much extra more to, you know, really even get out there, and hopefully we can.
And it's so much harder. But I also won't knock kids that watch other kids play toys because I live on Twitch. I live on Twitch.
I play my own toys. Like,
I had a whole people play video games. I can't do that.
Okay, and then it's just like, it's so much, especially now, again, this just might be the conspiracy theorist in me talking, that some people will call it, but it's just it's so much censorship now. Like, you post something, and then, like, if you say the wrong thing or you put the wrong tag, they're going to flag your entire video. Like, I remember I put up, it might have been a get ready with me. And I put in the disclaimer and everything. I don't own the rights to the music. YouTube copyright strike my whole entire video. I think I might have had to mute the video, or I changed the music. Yeah. But it's like, they don't want you using music that they know will get your video popping. Like, I don't understand why. Like, I was confused on it. And then
I do know if it's an artist video. If it's an artist song, artists were going in because, again, an artist is like, if I can't get paid from it, you can't use it. Even though it could be the radio playing in the background. A bunch of it is like, these record labels and these artists are like, you're not making a dime from me.
Let me tell you how Instagram definitely took down my video the other day, and I was so aggravated. Like, I definitely filled out a dispute with them too. I'm like, bro, I put in the title, I don't own the rights to the music. I bet you Instagram put my video back up though. I was not playing with them. But it's just like, it's certain things too. Like, I know one YouTuber I follow, YouTube hates her. She'll be streaming live, and she's a truther. Once she start discussing certain topics, they take her live button off. They'll block her for a few days. They took her Facebook page for a while. She had to make a new Facebook page. So it's just like, they want to own you so bad, but they censor you while they're trying to own you. And I'm like, it makes absolutely no type of sense. So that's what also narrows the marketing down, like the avenues down so bad. Because it's like, okay, well, I can't talk about this, so I have to talk about this. But there are also 40 other influencers talking about the same thing. So how do I make it different now?
Okay. Yeah. And I definitely remember Family Guy had an episode on that where Brian had ended up posting something and they hated him. Like, they tried to, like, burn down the house and stuff. They had to kick Brian out. And Every time Brian tried to apologize, the apology was getting flagged. Online is just it's very difficult because you really have to make sure you walk this line where everyone's happy, which makes content bland.
Well, you're not making everyone happy. You have to make the elite happy. That's what that is. If they don't like what you're streaming, it was crazy. Like, she was going in about this particular ring that's been going on in America that we're trying to take down.
Yeah.
And she was going in. The minute she dropped that keyword, they interrupted her stream. They kept flagging her stream and they took her live button. I'm like, bro, like, First Amendment, like, what is it?
I mean, so more of the story. I mean, like, obviously it's already rough, so you got to watch what you do on top of it, and why you're still building. Like, at the same time, we got to get the content to the people because that's what they love. Like,
well, very true. So now I guess this is the part I wanted to get to, but I wanted to make sure we got everything about you first. So again, being a YouTuber, the fact that you do makeup, you do lifestyle blogging, it would behoove me to not ask you about the YouTube drama. So
I live for drama. I live for it. You didn't see the Dramageddon video? I live for it.
Girl, that's what I was getting for. So Dramageddon and Dramageddon Part 2.
No, girl, Dramageddon Part 4.
I'm lumping them all into 2. I can't. If I go through Dramageddon for everything, we'd be on Dramageddon number 14 at this point. So for Nikolai G and the people that don't know what Dramageddon is because you have a life.
Wow.
I mean, listen. I'm going to try to simplify it as much as I can, but I promise I'm going to miss like 20 things. Pretty much it was a Bi Sister video, and I do not remember her name. You're going to have to help me out.
Tati Westbrook.
And
I got you.
Tati Westbrook went off about, what is that boy's name?
James Charles.
James Charles, thank you. Girl, I told you, I was like, I just got into that. So I was like, this is real. And it's like a whole thing. She made a video because pretty much he promoted vitamins that weren't hers. And she pretty much it got so bad that he was losing subscribers by the millions. And people were watching it live. Like, there was a clock on YouTube that was showing how he was losing subscribers because she came and said, like, he was a predator. He was going after straight men when he was gay. He's just not a good person. And like I said, a big thing with makeup and vlogs is that you have to be authentic. The moment you're not authentic, people do not listen to you anymore. It's a big thing. He ended up getting he came out, like, he stopped making videos. It came out that he was suicidal. Come to find out that Tati was influenced by Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star. They were in it. It was a whole thing. So it was infused. It blew up. So then a couple months later, Tati Westbrook comes back out with a new video saying that she made up with James Charles and she was influenced, and I think she's full of shit, but that's not the point. Girl,
I'm glad you know the vibe.
She came out and said, like, as a grown woman, she got misinformation and she was pressured into making a video because she was manipulated by Jeffree Charles and Shane Dawson. And pretty much it ended up turning into, like, Shane Dawson has lost almost everything on YouTube. And Jeffree Star is, like, just Jeffree Star problematic.
Let me tell y'all something about cancel culture. The world loves cancel culture. I feel somebody gets canceled at least once a day. We live for the cancel culture. It's ridiculous though. But Dramageddon was just, especially if you follow Dramageddon from Dramageddon 1. Ooh, girl.
I got on there late, but it was, when I got on there, it's like, Nikolai G, you would not believe that these are grown people on YouTube that are multi-millionaires.
That do makeup.
Makeup.
Who
because
didn't know makeup was this deep?
This messy.
There's thugs in every business, and I'm not going to count makeup out.
Jeffree Star.
Once you hit $1 billion, I assume there's thugs in your business. And apparently.
I mean, I will say I am slightly shocked that you support Jeffree Star because it's like, while I love his lip products. I also plug, like, whatever. I guess plug. She don't need my plug. I love Jackie Aina, and like it just really bothers me. Even if you don't have to like a person, that's fine, but don't call nobody a gorilla. Like, calm down. Like,
I mean,
calm
listen.
down.
Okay, listen. In hindsight, was it OD that he called her a gorilla? Absolutely. It was totally uncalled for, totally inappropriate. Let's just put that disclaimer out there. I don't want anybody saying I'm defending Jeffree Star because I'm tired of this is like me now beating a dead horse at this point. Just
Yeah, he's done
continuously,
some problematic things. Hold on before you answer Nicolai
like,
G, because again you're like, Jeffree Star has been, especially toward Black women, he makes great product, but he's also, at least from what I've heard, he said very problematic things about Black women. Like, Jackie Aina is a really big YouTuber in makeup, especially for Black women, and he calls her gorilla. He's had things where he's told that he wants to throw
battery acid.
battery
Doesn't sound
acid
like a
at Black
person that
women.
deserves money, but that's I
Yeah.
don't give him any, so that's cool.
He wants to throw battery acid at Black women to lighten their skin. He said some problematic things. So,
all right, I'm gonna try to make this as I think honest. We're all grown. We're grown. Most of Jeffree Star's fans, especially if they came from the MySpace era, we are all approaching, or we are in the 30 plus age bracket at this point. I don't know about y'all, but I know I've said some messed up stuff as a teenager in my early 20s. I still say messed up stuff till this day.
Thank God for no Twitter back then.
Right? Just MySpace. And we didn't used to put up everything we said.
My thing was, I don't like people who they sit, and there are people who sit and they purposely go back through your internet history to find stuff.
That I agree.
That's a bit much. It's overkill. It's too much.
Yeah.
Was he wrong for the gorilla comment? Absolutely. Was he wrong for the battery acid comment? Absolutely. Was he wrong for the N-bomb that he dropped? And it wasn't towards a Black person when he dropped said N-bomb. It was to a white person. Absolutely was wrong. I get it completely. The whole, like, that was the first, like, the very beginning of his drama. Then he had issues with Nikita Dragon, Manny MUA, Gabriel Zamora.
Oh, girl, we ain't got time for all of Jeffree Star's drama. We'll be here all day.
Flip notes. That was I think Dramageddon 1.5, 2. They stopped being friends or whatever. So with Jeffree's whole drama, like I said earlier, if a product works, it works. This is where the controversy of separating the person from the art is always a question.
Y'all gonna let me have him. I love him. I know he's problematic.
He's toxic.
I know it's some R. Kelly. I won't lie. Storm is over.
Like,
Got me.
I know he's problematic. I know he's not a big fan of Black women, but I love me some Chris Brown. Love me some Chris Brown. Like, I love that man.
Everyone loves Chris Brown. He's multi-platinum. Get over it. Like,
that's the thing is, like, people. No, I'm not gonna do this. Go ahead.
Honestly, you know what? Majority of my Jeffree Star products have come from mystery boxes, so it wasn't like.
All right, I'm stopping it again.
Yes. All right. They don't want her to be great.
Yeah, so Talia, I just want to thank you again for being a guest for us. I mean, guys, it's another episode of Minding Y'all Business. Can I get a pound, Nelly?
Pound, hold up.
Stay away from YouTube drama, folks.
Yes.
Stay away from YouTube
drama.
Mind the business that pays
you. Links in the description below. We'll definitely have a link to Talia's YouTube page, so you guys can listen to her wonderful vlogs and just follow her.
And y'all can get the tea on Dramageddon because the internet didn't want me to be great today.
And if she'll have me,
like 3 times. Yeah.
If she'll have me on her vlog, if she'll have me on her vlog, I definitely will be on there to talk about Dramageddon, girl. Just FYI.
Yes, come through.
Alright, so go ahead, do your plugs. We here now. This is your show.
Go ahead, plug.
Plug time.
All right, Instagram, follow me, Talia Janette 01. My Snapchat is Ace of Havoc 01. My Facebook is Talia space Janette. My Twitter, what is my Twitter? My Twitter is Talia Janette 01. My YouTube is Talia Janette. What else? What else do we got going on? I have something in the works. I don't want to put it completely out into the universe yet, but it's hopefully going to drop maybe January if I can complete it by next month.
Okay.
It should hopefully be out either by my birthday or January. I'm pushing for January now because I just don't think it'll be ready by December. And that's really it right now. Oh, I lied. You know what? There's a giveaway. I don't know when you guys are going to post this, but there's a giveaway happening on my channel right now. And it's open until October 11th, 2020. So you need to head over. The video, the rules are up.
Okay.
4 simple rules you have to follow to be entered into the giveaway. And the winners will be announced on October 13th, 2020.
Gotcha.
Hey.
Plug. So,
Nick, you get into this. Oh, Nick entered the contest already. Very good, Nicholas.
Yes, I did. I'm trying to win stuff. What?
Sorry about that. But yeah, so all the links will be in the description below. Please give her a follow, guys. Her content's amazing. Yeah. And another episode of Minding Y'all's Business wraps up.
I don't know what episode this is. That's why you notice we don't number these because, you know.
We just always go by guess.
So, yo, until next time, you already know. I forgot what the flavor of this one was. I know we wrote down the recipe. We'll probably pick that up later. We're going to be all up in your Kool-Aid, and we're going to learn the flavor. But, I don't feel like telling the people. I can't think of a flavor for this one.
Unicorn blood.
So many flavors that we threw in this. We just kind of made our own.
Like, designer blood. Yes, sweetie.
Oh my God, I don't know if that's edible. All right.
But yes, and this is another episode of Minding Y'all's Business. I'm Nelly.
And Nikolai G. And we will catch you at some point.